Welcome back, everybody, to the OK Grognard Show. Today is Monday, March 20th, 2023, 10 a.m. Central in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. I did get a chance to see Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, only in theaters, it says. And this was true enough. I saw it yesterday at a early screening at the Imagine Theater here in Lake Geneva. I know they're doing this in other places too. I know they're doing they did a if you're a Prime if you have a Prime membership through Amazon, you could buy a ticket to an early screening. It was a Sunday at 2 p.m. at Imagine Theater, and I took advantage of it. I know I've got Gary Con all this weekend. I know the following weekend I had planned on going, but there's actually going to also be some early screenings at Gary Con. I'm not sure if it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I think it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're doing several shows at Imagine. I think it's one in the evening. And yeah, maybe I can find it real quick. And the tickets are on Luke, which is really nice of him. Thursday, Friday at 1900 hours, which is 7 p.m. Central, and then 1600 hours on Saturday, which is 4 p.m. I know that you have 75 tickets left for the Thursday screening. 14 out of 75 are gone for the well, you know what? I think I can pop this up over here. If you get in on I just did search by movie. There are other movies here, but these are the three. Honor Among Thieves, Thursday 19 hours. They figure 3 hours. 14 of 75 tickets are gone. Oh, I take that back. This is what's available. So all 75 tickets for Thursday are gone. There are 14 available for Friday, and there are still 41 available for Saturday. I would guess that speaks a little to people having already set up their schedules and maybe not wanting to drop something just to go see a movie that you can see the next weekend when it opens officially. But these two that are left are free if you just sign up when you already have a badge for GaryCon. And there's a shuttle that'll cost you $7.50, but the movie ticket's free. If you can get over to the theater on your own, you don't have to pay for a shuttle, obviously. But that is a special that they set up. Now, I think it's worth noting there have officially been 3 Dungeons and Dragons movies in the past, including this original one from 2000, which was fairly reviled. I'm looking at IMDb to do this reporting. Had a number of people in the cast who were known, obviously Thora Birch and Jeremy Irons. Bruce Payne wasn't nobody. Marlon Wayne's a name that people would have known. Justin Whalen, less so, as well as Zoe McClellan, who, these are people who have done a good amount since. Lee Ehrenberg, of course, famed for a number of other things. And then Richard O'Brien, right? Riff Raff from Rocky Horror Picture Show. But the movie, which was directed by Courtney Solomon, who had secured the rights for his Sweet Pea Productions, and he had done this at some point before people kind of knew what they had, and so Gary Gygax got credit for some writing on it. But honestly, it was a horribly overacted movie. The special effects were weak, but it was the year 2000, so we're not talking about modern CGI being available, although, quite frankly, and I'm sure the budget wasn't quite the same as it was on Lord of the Rings, but once you got into Lord of the Rings, you started seeing more practical effects that were actually well done, as well as CGI effects that were well done as well. That was the 2000 movie. There was a second one called Wrath of the Dragon God. It is the second of Dungeons and Dragons movies. Jerry Lively directed this one. Robert Kimmel, Jerry Lively, Brian Rudnick are credited as writers. Bruce Payne and Mark Diamond return to act in it, but the rest of the cast little less well known. Clemency Burton Hill goes on to do a few things. You might look her up, as well as Roy Marsden is not an unknown per se. And you know that they say if you have a picture on IMDb, probably have a few credits to your name. Not a great movie. I think it was shown on a television channel, a cable, direct to cable, and then of course there was a third movie, Dungeons and Dragons Book of Vile Darkness. They actually put the D&D 3 on the cover, 2012. So 2000, 2005, 2012. This was at the point where Sweet Pea was getting some grief. If you're not putting out a movie every so many years, you lose the rights. They did. It went straight to DVD, and I believe that was always planned. I don't think they had any distribution plans. So straight to DVD it went. There's plenty of pictures on these actors, but quite frankly, the names are not jumping out at me. It's people I know. Although Jerry Lively again returned to direct, Brian Rudnick returned to write. He worked with Lively and another on the second. But that's pretty much it, right? So he managed Under the Wire. You can see the ratings, 4.4 out of 10, 4.7 out of 10, 3.6 out of 10. But look at that. We've already got an 8.0 out of 10. And granted, it's not wide distribution yet. But Honor Among Thieves is getting very good reviews from what I've seen online. Jonathan Goldstein, pretty well-known writer and sometime director. John Francis Daly, who we remember from Freaks and Geeks and later appeared on the Bones series as Dr. Sweets. And he's been doing some, he's got a very distinctive look. So he's moved behind the camera a little bit because it's hard for him not to be associated with roles he played before, which is tricky for actors, right? And so He worked on this, directors and producers, and both of them, as well as Chris Pine, are executive producers on this production. They have some well-known and some not so well-known. Obviously, Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant, all fairly well-known. Regé-Jean Page, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis. They round out the adventurers. Some of the bad guys, Daisy Head included, and some of the others here. And a youngster, Chloe Coleman, plays the daughter of one of the heroes. I won't uh, I won't go any deeper than that, but I will say that having seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a very well done movie. There's no doubt about it. It it held my attention. It kept me excited all throughout. I was very happy that I'd gone to see it. I know there are a number of people who feel like with all that had been going on with Wizards of the Coast and the open game license, Sarah Sarah says regarding the tickets not being available, I think it speaks more to the social nightlife on Saturday. Maybe true, although the Thursday and Friday shows start at 7, the Saturday at 4, so a little bit earlier. It's it may be it'll wind up filling up anyway. We will see. The the other thing to note, I think they gave away some goods. There were a number of us there. I thought Sarah was going to be there, but couldn't make it, didn't make it. Gave up your ticket at the last minute. Bowed out. Do tell. I will point out again, these are the actors involved. Costuming, really good. Special effects, fantastic. All the practical effects, the sets, everything's wonderful. Whole bunch of us met up. We took a group picture afterwards. You'll note Harold Johnson in there with the brown hat. Daniel Caldwell, Griffin and Gargoyle fame. You've got Alex and Mike Gygax, some other friends, gamers, friends of ours, Daniel's kids. These dragon heads were a special thing that they were doing. Kind of pricey, $26 if you wanted one of those. I grabbed one anyway. Tyler, who works at the thing, asked us prior to the show if we wanted them put aside. And since he put one aside and he said they were going fast, I grabbed one. I'm gonna drop it by the store. Let it go up to the store as a gift. There's Alex on the left and Mike Gygax. Alex is Gary's youngest son. Mike is grandson. Gary's grandson by Heidi. In from Japan to visit and be here for GaryCon. They enjoyed the show too. I think everybody who was there really enjoyed it. So, enough to say, do go see it. I'm not going to give a lot of spoilers. I don't want to ruin any surprises for anybody. There are quite a few. There's a lot of good humor in it. I think it's done in a way that reflects well on Dungeons and Dragons as a game that people play. It embraces kind of gamer humor. Oh, Sarah ran out. You were there. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know you saw the movie. You had to slip out right away, and that's fine. Anyway, I will say thank you very much for chiming in today, and thanks to everybody who watched the stream. Don't forget the show streams live on Twitch each Monday at 10 a.m. Central. It's then archived on YouTube, so if you miss a show, you can always catch it over there. Follow the Twitch channel and chime in on the chat when you're around. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up on videos you like and enjoy. Of course, if you click the little bell, you'll get notifications when new videos are coming up. Thanks a lot to our Patreon supporters. Tom Tullis of Fat Dragon Games, Carlos Lysing of Castle Entertainment, Heath Farndon of the NAPD&D 20, Dave O'Brien of 4 Quacks Games, and Shane Bradley, DM Extraordinaire. This has been the OK Grognard Show from beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Thanks so much. Check out the movie. Bye-bye.